bacon and eggs and buttered toast. Won't you have some? How about some jelly, too? And prunes, they're delicious. We have milk and a big glass of orange juice. There's nothing like a good, healthy breakfast to start the day off right. And a meal like this should satisfy anyone. Well, almost anyone except Art Baker. Art just doesn't eat the food he should. He only takes what he likes. No wonder Mother is worried. She knows that eating the right foods regularly is into good health. Art is pale and underweight, and he doesn't have very much energy. And Art's disposition, well, when Mother asks him to help her with the marketing after school, see how cross he gets? He'll have to learn that food has a lot to do with the way you look and the way you feel. Did you ever notice that some boys and girls seem to look and feel better than others? They always seem to be and full of vigor and vitality, cheerful smiles, bright eyes, and strong and husky bodies. It certainly is wonderful to be like that, isn't it? Art would like to have as much fun as anyone else, but he just can't keep up. Do you think that Art could ever look and feel healthy like the other boys and girls? Well, what's this? Guinea pigs. Art's class has been raising these guinea pigs for some time now. This is Pat. He's strong and healthy and full of pep and energy, isn't he? Don't you think watching Pat is lots of fun? This is Mike. Say, he doesn't look like Pat, does he? See how unhealthy he seems to be? Not very much pep and energy. No, it isn't much fun watching these days. Why isn't Mike as healthy as Pat? Art can remember just a few months ago when the class first got Pat and Mike. They had the same start. They were both the same size and age, and both were strong and healthy. In the classroom, they both received the same treatment. Only one thing was different: the food. Different from Mike's. On a chart, Art's class kept a careful record with check marks to show when Pat and Mike were fed. Today, the chart looks like this. And today it's Art's turn to feed the guinea pigs. One kind of food for Pat and another kind for Mike. What do you think? Do you think this difference in the kind of food they eat has made the difference between healthy Pat and unhealthy Mike? Yes, that must be the right answer. You see, Pat gets a balanced diet containing all the different kinds of food a guinea pig needs to be healthy. But Mike's diet is unbalanced. He gets plenty to eat out of all the kinds of food he needs. So Pat is strong and healthy, but Mike is not. The kinds of food you eat make quite a difference. Apply to people. Our bodies need the balance of the various kinds of food to make us strong and healthy too. We need foods rich in proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. Proteins help us with growth. Fats and carbohydrates are important suppliers of energy. Vitamins and minerals are good for body regulation, and water serves to transport all these materials throughout our bodies. Can you guess where these materials we need come from? Why, from the foods we eat, of course. Those foods fall into basic food groups: milk, vegetables, fruits, eggs, meat, cheese, or fish, cereal or bread, and butter or enriched margarine. Every day you should eat some of the foods in each of these groups. It's up to you. If you don't eat the right foods regularly, you may not be strong and healthy. If you do eat the right foods regularly, your body will get all the material it needs for good health. Well, after school, Art tried helping Mother with the shopping, and he found it was fun to try to help pick out the foods that will make good, healthy meals. Take milk, for example. That's an important food group. When we're growing up, we should have about 4 glasses of milk every day to help build strong bones and teeth. And now, let's go on to another important food group, vegetables. There certainly is quite a variety to choose from. Lettuce, spinach, cabbage, carrots, celery, squash, and a lot more. Besides potatoes, we should have 2 or more servings of vegetables daily. Next, something from the fruit group. Look at all the different kinds: cherries, pears, apples, pineapples, watermelon, oranges. We'll take some oranges. Fruits are especially good for body regulation. We should have 2 or more servings every day. And let's take some tomatoes. Art is not so fond of tomatoes, but if they help make us healthy, he's willing to eat them. And who knows, he'll probably grow to like them. Eggs are another important food that help make us healthy. There are all sorts of ways to prepare eggs. We should really have an egg every day. Now let's see, meat. What kind will we have for dinner? Meats of all kinds, or fish, or poultry, or cheese. Any of these would fill our daily requirement of this group of foods. And there's certainly a variety to set a tempting table. There. Now, is there anything else? Oh, yes, another important food, bread. And Mother always makes sure it's whole grain or enriched. And to go with the bread, butter or enriched margarine. They contain fats that help provide us with the materials we need for energy. Now we have foods from all the groups necessary to make healthy, well-balanced meals. Can you remember what they are? Milk, vegetables, fruits, eggs, meat, bread, and butter. These foods supply what our bodies need for good health. And here's what a healthy dinner looks like, ready to eat. Just look at that roast. And potatoes, carrots, bread and butter, lettuce and tomato salad, and milk. A well-balanced meal with something from each of the food groups. And look at Art. He's eating a good helping of all the things on the table, whether they're his favorites or not. He's going to become just as strong and healthy as anybody else. And during the weeks that followed, every time Art sat down to a meal, he remembered the things he had learned about foods and health. About how Pat and Mike showed that eating the right foods regularly can make you look and feel healthy. And how our bodies need different kinds of materials from the right foods. And what these food groups are, and how we must have the right amounts of each to have a balanced diet. Yes, Art has learned that the food we eat has a lot to do with good health. The right foods will help us to look healthy, to feel healthy, and most of all, to be happy.